All right, so this is yoga and meditation, self-discovery time out. My name is Frances Adamson, and I'm a yoga therapist, a artist, and a homemaker. And, oh boy. So today we're going to be sharing some tools of yoga therapy to support you in your personal journey. I started doing yoga when I was 7 years old, and that supported me through some really difficult times. Times like when I was getting divorced and I was in a custody battle for my children, and times when I had plantar fasciitis and my feet were killing me. So, these things put your body and heart through terrible trauma. And being stressed either in your body or mind is probably something you can totally relate to. Right now, because we're living through a pandemic, it puts our emotions and relationships under strain. And only a couple of months ago, it was looking like it was coming to an end, and now it's worse than ever. And so this uncertainty around when it will end is really stressful. And you might also be dealing with problems at work, in your family, or even an injury or an illness. And one of the problems we all face is that at any time in our life, we can unexpectedly face these personal struggles and loss. And as soon as you think you have it all together, then watch out, because it's going to fall apart again. So we all have to recognize this truth of life, that most of it is out of our control and we just have to face it. And in today's class, I'm going to show you some techniques that are going to help you to get through difficult times. And at the end of the class, I'm also going to tell you how you can work with me to learn more, including more free information and classes. So first, I want to tell you a little bit about why I created my business, Joy-Core Connection. It's because I know you need what I've learned through many years of struggle and searching, and that it's needed more than ever these days by people like you and me. And this is why I teach yoga. I'm not alone in my suffering, and the methods I've been taught can be easily learned. And I want to help people feel better and to face life's challenges with resilience. So in today's world, it's easy to be trapped by the expectations of people around us, and we may define ourselves by who we're with, our relationships, our job, and even things we own. And that brings me to our topic today, self-discovery. So given all that's stacked against us, how can we find our authentic self? Before I show you some yoga and meditation that's designed to take you deep inside, de-stressing your body and mind and revitalizing you, I'm going to share 10 ideas about how to explore yourself. So you can visualize your ideal self. Imagine what your fantasy life would be like if anything were possible. And 2, you can explore your passions, what really turned you on as a child and in your work, and how you got to do what you're doing. And then identify what you value about yourself most, what you appreciate in others, and the personal values this reflects. I'm at 5 now. Ask yourself questions. What am I doing now that I love? What do I dislike? 6, learn something new. This is a top way to explore yourself without judgment. Learning something just for the joy of it and having fun. So learning and doing something creative is especially helpful, and be sure to choose something that's unrelated to your work or even your hobby, something completely new for you. And 7, keep a journal. I prefer to write flow of mind. I keep my pen going for 20 minutes or 3 pages, and I'm writing down anything at all, and you'll be amazed at what can come up. It will reveal much of your inner wisdom, including who you can trust and why. 8 is surround yourself with supportive people. When you feel supported by your family and friends, it creates the space for you to be yourself and to freely explore that. And part of this is to avoid people who judge you or put you down. 9 is pay attention to when you feel in the flow, when you just get going and time is passing so quickly, when you feel lifted up by what you're doing, totally focused and immersed in the experience. And finally, to me, the most important of all is do yoga and meditate. Because after all, much of what we've just talked about is outside of you. It's what you do, who you're with, and even what you've learned to value. By being attentive to your body and mind, you can just let be, and you stay relaxed but alert. And yoga starts with the body, but it's so much more than that. It's aimed at supporting you in having a healthy mind. And the first step is listening to your body. It's mindful breathing. By focusing the mind on the breath, we tune into the wisdom of the heart. So we're going to get started in the moment with some very, very easy yoga. It's going to help us to release any tension we have in our shoulders and our neck. And we're also going to become aware of our state of mind, whether we're feeling calm or anxious or distracted. And I just want to say I love the simplicity of yoga, that by tuning our focus inward, we can make these leaps and bounds in our self-understanding. And that's what's so deeply transformational. And it's this idea and the one simple tool, or actually a few simple tools I want to share with you today. So in yoga therapy, the overall goal is to nurture our whole being, to find ease in your body and mind so you can meet life's challenges and cultivate peace and understanding. So who we are, what we want to fulfill, and who we want to become is supported by a strong physical and mental base. And there's a wealth of methods that build on what I'm teaching you today, and it'll keep it fresh and keep your yoga from becoming too routine. But for now, we're really going to take it slow. We're going to make sure that you understand and have a great experience. We'll start with beginner steps, and even if you're very experienced, by having an open mind, you'll find these exercises will be deeply relaxing and refreshing. Okay, so we're going to start. I just want to show you the breathing technique, and we're going to do it just sitting. You can be sitting cross-legged. You can be sitting on a chair. I'm sitting on a little bench. And you could be standing. But the basic thing I want to teach you is just some breathing. So we'll start with the movement. It's arms sweep up, and then the arms sweep down. So I want you to try that. You're going to sweep your arms up and go to a very comfortable position. See, I could go wider. Some people that I teach, they can only really do this. So, you know, if you have frozen shoulder or if you have neck issues that restrict your movement. So we really adapt yoga. And I can't show you everything, but I want you to find a nice, easy movement for your body, something that just opens the shoulders a bit and starts your spine moving. So now we're going to breathe with that movement. So what we're going to do is you're going to breathe in, you're going to sweep the arms up while you breathe in, and then you're going to pause for a second or two, hold the breath in, and then you'll sweep your arms back down, and again, you're going to pause for a second or two, okay? So let's do that, 5 or 6 times. You just sweep your arms up, pause for a second, sweep your arms down, and you're breathing out when you go down, breathing in. To go up, you want to find your own rhythm of breath, and out, pause for a second. Breathe in, you sweep your arms up, and breathe out, sweep them back down. And this is just to start us being more focused. You can keep going while I'm talking. You're focused on the breath. You're focused on, paying attention to what you're doing, because it's not too simple. You're breathing in and pause, and breathe out and pause. Okay, just leave your arms down by your side now. There's another reason we do this pause after inhale and pause after exhale, and that's because it lengthens the breath. And so lengthening the breath is really important to relaxing the whole body. And so is stretching. So let's do some moves that are going to stretch us out a bit. It's the afternoon, so we're going to start lying down. So, okay, I think we might have somebody in here. Let me just check. Admit. Okay, she's joining us. Good. Hi, Ruth Ann. Welcome to class. What we're going to do now, you missed my whole beginner spiel about self-discovery, but that's okay, because we're actually starting in the yoga and meditation. And what we were working on just a moment ago was linking the movement to breath. So if it's comfortable for you to get down on your back with your knees bent, then that's what I want you to do. Some people find that their neck is really tight and then their chin goes up, so you want to put something under your head. So we do a little bit of yoga stretching before meditation in order to lengthen our spine, in order for us to be ready for meditation. So if anybody can't lie on their back, you should let me know now, either in the comments or unmute yourself. So I just want to make sure that everybody can lie down on their back. Okay. All right. So nobody's responding, so I'm assuming you can. So we're just going to do a few really simple stretches to get ready for a nice relaxation and a meditation. I always take my glasses off to practice yoga. So we're starting with your feet bent and your feet flat, your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Your hands are beside you, palms down. And if you were with us when we did the arm movement, you're going to basically do the same thing. You're going to sweep your arms up through the air and you're going to lie them down in a comfortable position so that your elbows are on the ground. So if you're up like this, then it's showing you where you're tight. So you need to separate the hands away from each other. And as I said before, some people only can move their arms a little bit, and that's okay. You just flip your hands over and you flip them back. So the movement is arms up to a comfortable place, elbows relaxed, and then pause, and then arms back down beside you, palms down, and again, pause. And linking the breath to the movement, we breathe in as the arms sweep up, we rest them on the ground and pause, and then we breathe out and bring the arms back down beside us. So this is a great warm-up for the spine, and I'd like you to do that. We'll do that a few times, just breathing in, hold for a second, breathe out, put your arms down, and hold for a second, and again in. So you're just finding that rhythm of breath that's right for you. You don't have to be going along at the same speed I am. The important thing is that every time you sweep your arms up, you're breathing in and you're pausing for a second. Every time you sweep your arms up down, you're breathing out and you're pausing for a second. So just keep that up another few times. Okay? I'm just going to check that everybody's got their video off. All right. So the next movement, finish with your arms beside you. And the next movement, you're going to put your arms out by your sides if that's comfortable. You're going to draw your knees to your chest. And then you're going to lengthen up the leg and flex the foot. And I want you to try to get that vertical line with your foot. If you can't, if you're like this because your hamstring is tight, could you just bend it? So that's the move. So the knee comes in towards the chest, pause. The leg straightens. It can either go straight if you can really make it horizontal, like perpendicular to the ground, or it just stays bent because it puts a little bit of a strain on the lower back if your leg's way out here. So you want to get it up. This is an inversion. And then back to the chest and down. So knee into the chest, one knee. Leg lengthens up to where it's comfortable for you. Knee back to the chest. Hold and foot down. We'll do that one more time. Knee into the chest. Straighten the leg up as far as you can with keeping the leg nice and over the hip. Foot over the hip, and then knee into the chest and down. All right. So the breathing goes like this. You breathe in to prepare. So everybody do that. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out as the knee comes in. Hold the breath out. Breathe in, lengthen the leg up, flex the foot, hold. Breathe out, knee to chest. You want to hold the breath out at the end. And inhale, put the foot back down. Good. Other leg. You breathe out as the knee comes towards you. Breathe in as you lengthen it up. And again, you don't have to straighten the leg. Just get the foot over the hip. Out as you bring the knee in. And then your foot down as you breathe in. And the thing is, everybody has a different rhythm of breathing. And that's, one of the things yoga therapy takes into account. So you do it in your own rhythm. It's just exhale the knee in, inhale, straighten, exhale the knee in. And if you're not going with me at the same time because your breathing's longer or shorter, then just do it your own way. You just alternate legs. Little pauses. It's inhale to stretch the leg. It's exhale to bring the knee in. Good. And again, put the foot down. Just alternating legs like this. So it's Very nice. We're going to do it a few more times. And the chin can be slightly down. Exhale, the knee comes in. Inhale, it straightens. Always a little pause. Exhale, the knee comes in. Inhale, put it down. That's it. Okay, good. So continue on doing this with the breath for one more round. And then when you're done, put your feet down. You want to do it so that you've been equal on both sides. And the purpose of this is, well, you're stretching out your legs a bit, but more than that, you're stretching out the back. And then I want you to just stretch out your leg and your legs, if that's comfortable. If you can stretch your legs out and lie them on the ground, then go ahead and do that. And you're just lying on your back, taking a few breaths. And you're just letting the breath be natural, however you like to breathe. And this will be our first, meditation. It's really called a relaxation. So if your legs stretched out aren't comfortable, then you need to put something under your knees. And it needs to be enough that you can feel comfort in your lower back. But that's only if your legs or your back don't feel comfortable stretched out. So just draw your attention down to your feet, to the bottoms of your feet. And just appreciate for a moment the work that your feet do every day, how they support your body, and you can walk and you can run and do things on your feet, and those tiny little pods are carrying all your weight. So your attention is on your feet. And now bring your attention to the left heel. And you just want to start moving up the leg, the calf, the knee, the thigh, and all the way up to the hip socket. And notice that one side of your bum on the ground, your buttock. And now go back down to the right heel. And just notice the feeling, the weight of that right heel on the ground. And move on up through the leg, the ankle, the calf, the knee, the thigh, and the hip socket. And then the left hand. Oops, I forgot something, sorry. The hips, both hips all together. Very important part of the body. Just feel the weight tracking down through maybe the sacrum, if you know where the sacrum is. Just feel the weight of your hips. It's a nice solid part of our body that supports us. And now the left hand, and you're going to move up through the arm all the way to the shoulder socket, the wrist, the forearm, the elbow. And you're just letting yourself feel the weight of that arm all the way up to the shoulder. And then the right side, so the hand, the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, upper arm, and the shoulder. You're just letting your weight track down through that arm. And now the chest, so the back of the chest where you feel your body touching the ground. Just feel your weight on the ground. And then the back of the head. So you just want to feel the back of the head resting on the ground. And then I'd like you to bring your attention down to your heart center, just between the breasts, just above the solar plexus, around the level of where your heart is in your body, but in the center. And we'll call that the seat of the heart. And I want you to just notice that place in your body for a moment. Just let the breath be easy. You're not trying to change anything. You might be noticing the rise and fall of your chest. And you're just letting any thoughts that come into your mind drift away and keeping your attention centered down in your heart. That's it. Good. And then bend your legs up again one at a time. Put one foot on the ground and the other foot on the ground. And then roll over onto your back. And I'd like you to come to a seated position. So you could sit on a support. Some people are really flexible and they sit right on the ground. That's not me. I like easy pose, which is just your legs aren't crossed over each other. They're just one in front of the other. And you're sitting up really nice and tall. But, you know, some of the people who I teach, they're going to find that that's not comfortable for them, so they might sit up on a chair. So that's okay, as long as when you're seated on the chair, that you have a long spine. Okay. And now we're just going to do a really simple twist. So you're going to breathe in, and the arms are going to raise, and you can be seated again, and you're going to breathe out and twist. You're going to turn your head a little bit. And then inhale, the arms will come up, and then you're going to lower your arms. You'll just be straight forwards. It's very simple. Breathe in, the arms go up, and breathe out. You twist the body, and then lower the arms, and the head turns. Very easy. And then breathe in as you come forwards. It's just a nice, easy way of twisting your spine. I lower the arms in between, and that's because it's nice to come to center. If you're just twisting back and forth, you tend to be unequal. Just breathe in, the arms come up. You can come up to shoulder height if you like. Twist the body and then lower the arms, turn the head. We're doing just really gentle yoga again today, and that's, you know, because the object is to relax this afternoon and to just warm up the spine a little bit so that we can sit with a nice long spine. So let's do that one more time on each side. Okay? So keep going with the breath. And when you're finished, just sit for a moment and just watch carefully. We're going to do a forward bend. So again, you could be seated cross-legged. It's fine, whichever you want to be. And then you're going to sweep your arms up just like you did before in the same breathing. Inhale, but this time you're going to bend forwards in an easy forward bend. And then the arms sweep up as you come up with a nice straight back. And then lower the arms to come back to the starting position. Okay, so everybody together, you're going to breathe in and you're going to sweep up your arms to the position that's comfortable for you and your body, and then hinge forwards and just let yourself easy forwards. And then start the movement with your arms and lifting your chest so that you can come up with a straight back and lower the arms. Good. Let's do that about 4 or 5 times more, just so you get the feel of it. Inhale, the arms go up, you pause for a second or two. Exhale, you fold forwards, relaxing over your knees. And inhale, lengthen out the arms, lift the chest. And then exhale, lower your arms. Good. Keep going with your rhythm of breath. So if you have a short breath, you do it faster. If you have a long breath, you do it more slowly. And you just keep up that rhythm, and it's very relaxing. It tells your body that it's time to relax. And in yoga therapy, we go slowly. We try to get the breath to slow down. We try to get the body to slow down. And just keep going at breath in with the arms raising up. Breath out as you go forwards. all in the rhythm of your breath so that you're comfortable. So as I said, in yoga therapy, we go slowly and we aim to slow down a bit because we're just assuming that life is busy and we need to slow down, not speed up. Okay, so finish the one you're on and then just sit. Okay, so you're going to put your hands on your knees, however you're sitting, doesn't matter. And we're going to do some pranayama, which is the breathing exercises. So all of the stretching that we've been doing is theoretically, it's great for your body, but it's theoretically so that you can sit very comfortably with a long, straight spine. So you're going to sit upright with a nice, long, straight spine. And you see I've got my fingers extended. They're going to sit on your knees, okay? So I'm just holding them up so you can see what I'm doing with my fingers. But you're going to keep them down on your knees if that's comfortable. You're going to keep your shoulders back and your chest lifted a bit and your spine straight. What you're doing with your fingers is you're stretching out the fingers as you breathe in, and then you're going to breathe out and touch the first finger to the thumb. And you'll pause with the breath out. Inhale, open the fingers all the way, nice little stretch, not too hard. And then exhale, touch the second finger to the thumb. Pause. You're always pausing. Inhale, you stretch the fingers and you pause. And exhale, you touch the next finger and you pause. You see you're going along each finger and you're counting the breath as you do that. So it's kind of, in yoga we call it a mudra. The hand positions are a mudra. And it has an energetic effect when you touch each finger. But we're also stretching our hands a little bit, which is nice for most bodies. And we're counting each breath so we can figure out just how many breaths of pranayama we're doing, and we can keep it regular. And it also keeps us focused. So when we're doing these breathing exercises, when we have to open and close and change fingers, it keeps us really focused. So I'm going to suggest that we do 4 rounds of this. That's 12 breaths altogether. So you're going to just breathe in. So let's all do it together, and I'll talk you through the first 4, and then I'm going to kind of let you go on with the last 2 rounds so that I'm not distracting you by talking, and you can really get the feeling of this little pranayama exercise. So close your eyes, breathe out. Breathe in, stretch your fingers and your thumbs away with you, just a little bit. And then exhale, touch the first finger to the thumb. And you want to pause after exhale. And then you breathe in, stretching the fingers and thumb, pause, and breathe out. Touch the second finger and pause. 1, 2. Inhale, you stretch the fingers out. Pause. 1, 2. And you can even count that slowly to yourself, and you touch the next finger and you count 1, 2. And again, the fourth finger, pinky fingers, next one. And as you exhale, touch finger to thumb and pause. So now continue on to do 2 more rounds like that. You start again with the index finger. You just keep up that rhythm. Breathe in, pause. Breathe out, pause. I'll let you go on in your own time. You might be close to the end of that, and when you finish the 8 breaths or the 2 rounds that we've done, I want you to turn your hands palms down and just once again take your attention to the heart center, about the same level as your heart and your body, but in the center of the body, just above the solar plex. And you can just imagine your consciousness dropping down to that place and noticing the breath. And if thoughts are going through your mind, that's okay. You just want to keep your mind focused on the breath. And we'll just stay like this, letting the mind be very calm. If any thoughts come in, that's okay. You just let them drift away. That's it. Just keep staying centered on the heart, just letting go of anything that's going through your mind. Just keep bringing your mind back to the breath, to the rise and fall of your chest. And I just want you to keep your eyes closed just for a moment more. And I just want to say that to me, this is the ultimate self-observation, self-discovery. It's beyond your personality, especially beyond any of the external things in your life, who you're with, what you do. It's just you and your energy. I think that's the deepest level of self-awareness. And this is a place where there's no judgment. It doesn't matter what's going on, where you are, who you're with. You can just find this place. It's like going home. Okay, and when you're ready, could you just open up your eyes? So this is just a taste of slowing down your breath to create a relaxed state of being, and you can use techniques like this in times of stress. But it's a really good idea to practice regularly so that when you need it, you can do it with ease. So learning and practicing breathing techniques or pranayama, also the physical yoga, will take you to the center of your being, a place of nourishment where you can feel whole and at peace with yourself. And this in turn vibrates through your life and relationships, building the groundwork for joy. So if you're seeking that connection, I advise you to look for a teacher who walks the walk, someone who practices daily and who has experience. And a yoga therapist is someone who promotes health and well-being within a therapeutic relationship. It includes personal assessment, goal setting, lifestyle management, and of course, yoga practices for individuals and small groups, and that includes postures, breathing, and meditation. It's designed to meet your personal needs, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So I hope you enjoy this class. And you can book a free consultation with me to find out if working with me is a good fit for you. There's a link on my website, www.joycore.ca, and I'm going to include a link. There's a link on there, and I'm going to include that link in the chat. And if you'd like, you can ask me, and you can unmute and ask me any questions you have. And I forgot to mention that if you do book today, that you can get 50% off your first month of lessons. So I do small group lessons, and I'm going to get you that link too. I meant to have that for you. But while I get it, is there any questions? Does anybody have any questions for me? You can unmute yourself, or you can put it in the chat. Okay. So sorry that I didn't have that link ready for you, but it's a free 15-minute consultation. We can talk about your goals. We can just see if this is something that would be good for you, if it fits you. So here's that link. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And again, I hope that you have a great time discovering yourself. Oh, there's a question in the chat. Great. Thank you. Well, you're welcome. And there's a lot of free stuff on my website too. You can find out more about me. You can get to know me more by seeing some of the videos that I put up in my website. I also have a Facebook group. So my business Facebook is, and you probably know that because you signed up for this through Facebook. So I'll put it in here anyways. Francis J. Adamson, at Francis J. Adamson. And in my group, I also post the free videos and that. And every once in a while, I do a live one and stuff. And you're welcome to always join any of the other classes. I'll be having them at different times. So again, thank you very much and have a great day.